Hey everybody! So the Montreal Canadiens have been kind of bitten with the injury bug this season, quite frankly, with the Drouin injury, the Byron injury, Mete, KK, and kind of the list seems to be going on and on. And it kind of it continued because I believe it was in the Detroit game or the Ottawa Senators game. Matt Pekka, knee injury, out for 6 weeks. Okay, I mean, he's a fourth liner or a bottom six. Not a big deal, those guys, to replace him. Just the injury bugs just keeps happening. So what happened was they had sent Ryan Poehling back after the last game, but they had to recall him right away. And they also called up Lucas Vadimo. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Vadimo? At the same time. So we have two new members of the forwards. And I just thought, okay, so what is this lineup going to look like going forward, or at least temporarily for the next few games? And how do we get more offense out of this lineup? Because we definitely couldn't put one past Bernier. They got a lot of shots, granted, but so I'm just thinking from this lineup, what could it look like on Tuesday? And I thought I'd put it together and we'd take a look and see what we got here. So also first to mention, Victor Mete and Jesperi Kotkaniemi, so KK, they are on the trip. So they're going to Vancouver, and I don't really know the other two teams. Honestly, I don't. So they're on a 3-game road trip out west, and 7-game road trip overall. So from the western trip, I guess they're on the way back home. They're playing some games. So Mete and KK are on the trip. Leskinen was set down. Pekka is out. Now, so how do we get some more offense out of this lineup? And is it time to maybe move Suzuki up a line and into more responsibility at center and maybe Domi off to the wing, right? And it's being talked about now, so I thought I'd put my 2 cents in and come up with a lineup that I think might actually happen come Tuesday night in Vancouver. And remember, it's Tuesday night in Vancouver, so it's a late start in case you were wondering. Okay, so here's my lineup. I'm going to get a regular whiteboard one of these days, guys, so don't worry, but you got to deal with it right now. I'm sorry. So I've got Tatar, Danault, and Galley first line. You're not going to want to touch Tatar, Danault, Galley. They play big minutes against the big lines, the top lines of the other team. They take important face-offs in the offensive zone and the defensive zone. And just all around this line, the team is much better when they're together. There was a point in the season when Tatar was in the doghouse and he was playing on, I think, the second or third line. And it just wasn't as good. And when they put him back together, it was the magic again. So it's Tatar, Danault, Gallagher. Second line, Suzuki centering Domi and Armia. I think it's time Suzuki gets some good wingers. And quite frankly, Domi is in this funk for the last little while. I'll be honest with you, I think he's going to take a hell of a good effort just to get to 50 points at this point for him. He's at 20 points. We're 32 games in, 33 games in, something 32, I think. He has his work cut out for him. So I think it's time to put him on the wing and give Suzuki a legitimate shot at second ice center with good wingers. Armia and Domi as his wingers should make a big difference. What I like about that line as well is it gives you 2 centers on the line, so when they toss somebody out of the face-off circle, you get another center that can take the draw. And for other reasons, that it's good to have 2 centers like that on the line. Third line, my next line, it has. Now, KK is on the trip, so I imagine he's not starting for his game, but he's on the trip. So till he's back, I see Ryan Poehling centering Artturi Lehkonen and Lucas Vadimo. So that's Artturi Lehkonen and Lucas Vadimo. And then what I wrote there is when KK does come back, I imagine they're going to put him back third line center. So you shift Poehling over to Vadimo's spot, and maybe shift Vadimo up to the fourth line. So, but we'll see when that happens. So Lehkonen and Vadimo with Poehling as the center. That's line 3. What I like about that, again, Vadimo's the center. You got 2 centers on the line. One of them gets thrown out of the circle. You got another one taking the draw. I like it because I think that's going to be an offensive line. You got Poehling at his. I think he's a center. Although he's playing this year more like he could be a winger, the way he's going to the net and all that. But still, I'd like to see him get a shot at center, Spots open till KK comes back, and I think you get some offense there. And I think this gives you three lines that can produce some offense, so that they're not keying on the first two lines. You got to watch out for that third line as well. Fourth line, of course, is Uncle Nate centering Cousins and either Barber or Wheel, and maybe Vadimo, depending on what's going to happen once KK and Mete are back. So I think Thompson doing a great job. I going into the season, I didn't even think there was a spot for him, but I can't imagine him not being there. Fourth line. First of all, he takes important face-offs in both zones. Actually, he takes important face-offs in both zones. Him and Deneau, best face-off men on the team. You want one of these two guys to be out there for every important face-off. And I think he's working well with Cousins. I think Cousins is fine on the fourth line. And I think on the other wing, it's going to be between one of the guys that's here, Barber, Wheel, or Vadimo. Hopefully one of them will work it out where, we got some stability on all the lines. Now, on defense, also, I think this gives the offense, it's spread out better. I just like the way it's spread out, and I think it gives us more opportunity. I don't really like seeing Suzuki on the third line with Cousins and Wheel as his wingers. He needs better wingers than that. That I can tell you straight up, because he's starting to show what he's got, and he's got some good stuff happening there. I know he was in trouble. I can't figure this out because Claude Julien called him out in the last game. He had the most minutes up until the last 4 minutes of the game. He was played the most minutes, and Julien said he didn't like his game. I did, but I think what he didn't like about it was, I mentioned it in my review or on the live stream, how he's making moves, he's trying things that work for him in the OHL on offense to get going, and I think it just shows that he's that much more comfortable in the position he's playing, and it might not have worked. He's still a rookie. You're going to have games where it doesn't work, but imagine when those things do work. And when he's got better wingers, he's got better options. So I think it gives a much better spread for the offense, and also kind of first two lines are a little bit more solid offensively. So anyways, that's what I think. I think that's the lineup that they should go with on Tuesday. Now, as far as defense, I don't know when Mete's coming back. Mete's on the trip. They sent Leskinen back without calling back up a defenseman. Yes, they called up Folin when they first called Paling up a couple days ago. But I don't see Folin being the answer. He was down there for conditioning because he wasn't playing. You also have Riley, who hasn't been playing that great. So I kind of think Mete's coming back for Vancouver game. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong, but if it's not the Vancouver game, it'll be the one after that. I really believe that. So I think Sherratt and Weber playing so well together that you got to keep them together. I don't see how you don't keep those two guys together. They're really, I'm going to say bonding. They're gelling together. They're playing big minutes, playing really well, offensively, defensively, all-around game. So I think they got to stick together. I don't think it's a case where Mete comes back, he goes back with Weber automatically. I really don't at this point. I'd also like to see Kulak and Petrie stay together. Kulak's been playing much better since the injuries happened, and since the last couple of games of the losing streak, where they changed their system and they brought him back in, and he's been playing much better, and I'd like to see him stay with Petrie. Last year he played with Petrie a lot, and they were really good together, and I find they're playing really good together now as well. So that means when Mete comes back, the only spot for him is with Fleury, Mete and Fleury, and I kind of like that, Mete and Fleury together. I think, let me see what I wrote about it, because here, Mete and Fleury gives more mobility to the line, without losing any physicality, because Mete was not a big guy, but Fleury is a big hitter. He's a decent-sized guy. He's also not slow, so you got speed on both. Both guys have speed. But adding speed and offense in Mete, he's got 3 goals, 3 assists, getting some offense this year, and I think I like that dynamic of Mete and Fleury as the third line. It allows also to give that third line a few more minutes a game and take them away from Sherratt and Weber and ease the load for the big guys. So I think that's how I see the lineup. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Tatar, Dano, Gali, Domi, Suzuki, Armia, Lehkonen, Paling, and Vadimo for right now. And when KK comes back, Lehkonen, KK, and Paling on the wing there, and maybe move Vadimo down to the fourth line. And fourth line, Thompson, Cousins, and either Barber or Wheel. Sherratt and Weber, Kulak and Petrie. And I'm hoping Mete's back. If Mete's not back the first game, I have a feeling it'd be Riley that'll go in. Riley and Fleury. That's kind of how I see it. So I think that's the lineup they're going to go with next on Tuesday. We're going to find out on Tuesday, and I guess I'll touch on it when I either hear what the lineup is, because it's still a couple of days away, so I haven't heard anything. And I just got this idea to do this, and I thought it'd be fun. So there you go. Well, I don't know where we're going after that. You know what? I want to just review something. I got everything. Yeah, okay, I think I got everything that I wanted to say. Sorry, guys. I know it's not very professional what I just did there, but hey, it is what it is. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. While you're down there giving the thumbs up, you can subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. And I should remind you, I'm running a contest with a t-shirt giveaway for existing subscribers and especially for new subscribers. There's a video that came out just before this one. Go check out that video. All the details are there. So that's a t-shirt. You know, my red t-shirt with the logo, Habs logo there. I'm giving one just like that away to a new subscriber or an existing subscriber. So go check that out and go Habs go and kick. I don't know what I usually say here. Go Habs go. That's what it is usually. Okay, thanks. Bye, y'all.